Oh, we're gonna pull 16. Looks like you're at the full letter. We're not really happy.
Can you use this one?
No, that's for the.
Spring? Yeah.
Is that fine?
Joe Matthews. And he, I don't know the name of it, but he, declination, he did that. So he gave up two of his delegates to only have two for him and two for us. And he foiled all our divisions.
I did.
I know. I'm not sure.
It might be like five.
It's a new code enforcer.
When does he start?
24th. Which I think is when everybody starts, right?
No, they start
Chris, proper pronunciation, Justin Mesta.
Maseka.
Maseka.
what? Don't disagree with that. They might have been no, but
I think we go to bed.
I told them everyone. I mean, that's true. The problem is, I mean, I couldn't go to code enforcement. And criminal there, they're probably going around and it's going to the village of it. Hey, Amanda. I'm sorry. No, we got something going on, but I just don't know if something's getting pulled or not. Hi, Michael. Okay. I saw that you stayed there. How's it feel? Don't you have to cover it? No, not anymore.
No,
Okay.
I'm not good right now. Good evening. Welcome to the April 5th meeting of the Glenville Town Board. Please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance. During this Holy Week, I just ask that you take a moment to offer your own intentions, whatever you celebrate this week. And we pray for our nation, we pray for our community, and we pray for peace around the world. And I ask you to offer your own intentions. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please call the roll.
Councilman Martin?
Here.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Here.
Councilman Godlewski?
Here.
Councilman Gonzalez-Barone?
Here.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Here. Agendas are up front here. If you don't already have one, there is one change to the agenda. We are going to pull item 16. That was a resolution adopting the end of litigation between Wiggins, Sebesta, regarding the assessed value parcel, which is listed there. It's a parcel in the hamlet of Applause. The assessors informed me today that we're not quite maybe where folks thought we were on that, and we need to take a pause and see where we go in the next week or two. So we just need to pull that one. And with that, there's no other changes to the agenda, so I'll start on my left with Councilman Godlewski.
Just very briefly, Mr. Supervisor, I was just talking to Councilwoman Gonzalez-Barone a little bit about this. I had an occasion to stop into Nibble Nosh, the new bakery that opened up in the village, and I just wanted to say that the cookies were great. It seems like they're off to a good start.
You could have
And
brought some.
I didn't stop in; they're all gone.
Oh,
This was
all right.
this was a while back. That's a good idea. Maybe the next meeting I will. But just to encourage folks to remember to shop locally, and great new bakery in the village. And that's all.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gonzalez-Barone.
Yep. So just a few reports with my liaison roles. We had a fire chiefs meeting again, and we talked a little bit about progress with the training tower project. They're trying to put together a committee to get that moving. They have a new president who was elected, so he's going to be stepping in his new role, and we'll be working closely with him on making sure that we are, getting the projects underway and their needs met. I had a ride along with the police, and it was awesome. There was not a lot of traffic stops or whatnot, so I'm actually going on a second one, so I can get a little bit more.
More
I guess that's a
action.
good thing, but and then I actually have a meeting with Sergeant Kaiser on Friday to discuss a little bit about their wellness program for their officers. Traffic safety committee meeting has been scheduled for this month, and that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Councilman Martin.
Yeah, quickly, I'll be attending the Legacy Park Planning meeting with veterans tomorrow evening. That's our monthly meeting. And also, given the time of the year, wishing everybody happy Easter during this Holy Week. And lastly, Mike, it'll be Toll House cookies for me.
We'll do. I will. I'll follow through. You guys know that when I say something, I follow through. I'll next meeting.
That's a slight, I think.
No, it wasn't intended that way.
No, I got it. Councilman Ramichardt.
The only thing I have is to once again thank all the employees that have been working hard during it seems like forever, but the recent storms and weather and damages, and employees are currently working on cleaning up some of those damages, including property from the plows, etc.
Thank you. Excellent. So with that, we'll move right into the agenda. We're on item number 5, which is a public hearing to hear all those interested in a proposed local law number 1 of 2023, amending the Glen S. PDD, which is an existing PDD in town code. In a moment, I'll ask the representative from ABD to come up and just present, but this essentially is a public hearing to hear the change specifically to the PDD that would insert language regarding parcel number 3, which is the mixed, and the new language would be mixed residential commercial uses in a 2-story structure, not to exceed 10 residential units on the second floor, and on the first floor, retail uses only as permitted in the general business district, not to exceed 12,000 square feet of building area with an associated drive-through. I also believe there will be a sentence deleted in there requiring the developer to post a security bond. And Jeff, I think that is really the key essence of the changes to the PDD.
That's it.
Okay, so with that, I'll ask the gentleman from ABD to just present to the board. I will say before the presentation, there is one slight change that may still have to occur that did not get done in this amendment, and that's regarding green space. And so there's a proposal for green space to be reduced. That is not being dealt with here, but there may be another amendment yet to the PDD in the future to deal with the green space reduction request.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Kimmer from ABD Engineers. Here for the Glen-esque PDD amendment, and thank you, Supervisor. I think you did a great job summarizing what we're here tonight for. As you can see in this map here, this was the plan that was originally approved with the PDD for Glen-esque back in 2017. This parcel here was not initially developed. It's still undeveloped today. That highlighted parcel. It was originally slated for a gas station, perhaps, or basically anything that was put forth in the PDD. But here today, the developer is looking to construct a 2-story building. I believe it's a 10,000 square foot footprint with commercial on the first floor and apartments on the second floor, basically the same as what's on the other side of the entrance. So that's why we're looking to get the PDD amended to allow for that use and that size building. In general, we're happy with the amendment, and we that's as proposed, and we hope that it passes. But as the supervisor did mention, what's proposed here in terms of green space to make this project work does not technically fit into what was originally proposed in the PDD. In the PDD, there was a section that included some very specific numbers for green space percentage for this particular lot and the entire site. And basically, we're going to be looking to modify those perhaps in a further amendment.
Thank you. Does anyone from the town board have questions? Okay. So I thank you. I'm going to open the public hearing, and then we'll hear from the public. That's perfect for the camera, actually. So that's good right there. So, thank you for your presentation. Thank you very much. Public hearing is now open. We'll hear anyone interested in speaking on this proposed legislation. Going once, going twice. Seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Next up, we'll move to privilege of the floor, which we have no one signed up for, but if anyone's interested, I'll open privilege of the floor. Anyone interested to be heard at privilege of the floor? Speak about any matter before the town to the town board. Going once, going twice. Seeing none, privilege of the floor is closed. I have a very brief supervisor's comment Tonight, I just have two items I want to update you on. One is quick and easy. Uh, Vicki and I and the rest of the staff been working hard on Love Your Parks Day coming up, the first Saturday in May, which I believe is May 5th. Is that right? Yeah, we'll get times to everybody, but this year we've picked a focus of Legacy Park, being our adopted park for Love Your Parks Day. We have a lot of volunteers coming out. We have folks from the 109th coming out, and they're making this their kind of adoptive project for that day as well. We have veterans coming out through the Legacy Group people. We have a lot of projects going on in the park. We have the trail going in finally, the walkway, a lot of work to the house. Litter, as you might have noticed, needs to be picked up. A lot of stuff going on. So if you can make it, if anyone wants to volunteer, anyone wants to volunteer, it's the first Saturday in May. I think our time is fluid as far as people are showing up at different times. In the morning. May 6th. I think it was like 9, and then to 3 or 4, something like that. So if you're interested, let us know, and we'll get you assigned to something. The only other thing I wanted to just update folks on is we had an opportunity, Craig and I and some others, to sit with the village on this water project for below the avenue. And we had, I think, a very good conversation with the mayor. I think we've understand each other, and we again made another offer to the mayor. So, the offer on the table, just to remind everybody, was we are asking originally for a 3-year phased-in reduction of rates on our residents, their customers, in the different water districts that are town residents on the Scotia Water District. They made it clear that they're not interested in that approach because that would phase down their revenue a little bit. Now, just to put it in perspective, we believe a thumbnail sketch look at the math is about $25,000 of reduced revenue if they were to allow these rates to be lowered to the village rate over 3 years. If they lose at least below the avenue, folks, that's $300,000 of lost revenue. So I think their calculus is really risky, what they're looking at, from what they stand to potentially lose if we do go forward with this. I then put on the table for them to consider a proposal that if they don't want to lose the revenue over 3 years, I think this is a win-win for everybody. Let's talk about a 5-year contract where the town is locked into a 5-year contract, so we cannot leave, which means they have revenue certainty. It's a big deal for budgets. 5-year contract, frozen rates for our residents, their customers, so that over time, parity is achieved through the frozen rates. Therefore, they don't lose any revenue at all. All they do is allow for our folks to kind of float to their folks over 5 years. With a clause that we might have a 5-year renewal, and then we would have the same rate as, say, the same rate. So the mayor is going back to his trustees to talk about this idea. I'm very hopeful that they are interested in this because it's a win-win for everybody. They save the revenue. We don't spend our money to make the capital investment. Our residents are protected. Everybody's happy. This is really the best, I think, proposal and best outcome of the entire situation. So hopefully by next week, we'll have some information back from the Scotia trustees, the Scotia board, and that's something that they're interested in pursuing. Beyond that, I don't think there's really any more proposals that we can make. And then we just have to make our decision to move on if they choose not to take that. Those are the only two things I wanted to update you on because they're kind of really timely from where we are right now. And with that, I'll move on to taking up item number 8, which is a resolution adopting local law 1 of 2023, which is amending the Glen PDD. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, this resolution basically does two things. It undertakes the environmental or reaches a negative declaration on the environmental assessment of the proposed action of amending the local law concerning the PUD. And it then amends the PUD itself as you summarize for the public hearing. And it's consistent with the presentation we got this evening. Just allowing that to move forward.
Excellent. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Zabludowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Barone?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 9, scheduling a public hearing on April 19th regarding the extension of sewer District 9. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, as you said, this is, resolution is to schedule a public hearing to hear anyone interested in the petition to establish an extension to sewer district number 9.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Zabludowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Barone?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 10, authorizing the supervisor to enter into an agreement with the town of Charlton for water district number 1. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Just to start the conversation, I'm happy to report that we did have a successful negotiation with at least one municipality, and that's the municipality of Charlton, town of Charlton. As you know, we supply Charlton with water over the years. That agreement expired, so this is an additional 10-year agreement with the town of Charlton. And this is an agreement that would require them to buy a minimum of 14 million gallons per year of town of Glenville water. That is at a rate of first 30,000 gallons at $40 and then $2.35 per 1,000 gallons thereafter. Also, this is an agreement that would require a water connection fee of $1,200 to be paid to the Glenville Water District for any new water connections to the Charlton Water District 1 of that district. So that's additional fees for the town. And again, this is a 10-year deal for us. And I'm going to call on Jason. I don't know if at the top of your head, that $14 million at 235, what's that for revenue? A year. So these outside contracts are all work to help us drive revenue into the water fund and help us deliver water to our own residents at probably one of the lowest rates in the area. So that's the resolution. Any questions, comments, concerns? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Zabludowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Barone?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 11, stating that the records for the Town Justice Court of the Town of Glenville have been audited and by pursuant to the Uniform Justice Court Act. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
As you said, Mr. Supervisor, this is a resolution to say that the audit has been done. Audit by the town of Glenville pursuant to section 2019 UJ Court Act.
And I think you all have it attached to your resolution, the actual audit, and you'll see that there were no exceptions found. And I just want to take a moment to thank and congratulate Gretchen, who is here tonight, for all the hard work she does in the courts, especially during this transition, and Kristen, who has done a lot of playing dual roles here during all of this as well, which we'll get to in just a moment. But thank you for all the hard work you've done. It's been difficult over the pandemic, and we're very thankful to get these great audits back. So thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Zabludowski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Barone?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 12, authorizing the purchase of a mixer for the water department. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second. second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Commissioner of Public Works advises that the town purchase a submersible mixer, which will basically just prevent icing in the water storage tank to the lowest bidder, which is Seaward Equipment, for a total of $13,640.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Jablonski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Brown?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 13, appointing Kristen Bodie to the position of court clerk. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Just to start the conversation, as you all know, we had a retirement in the position of clerk for the town justice. After that retirement, we did advertise the position, but within our own midst, we had a fantastic candidate who had started with us back in December of 2021, but who also had experience working as a justice clerk in the Justice Department at the Village of Scotia. The interview team highly recommended Kristen for the appointed position of this clerk to the town justice based on her work as deputy town clerk. And the new justice coming in also highly recommended Kristen to the position as well. And so I can say, and I know everybody here would probably concur, and they will, we've had an opportunity, Julie and I, to work day to day with Kristen over the past year or so, and it's been an absolute pleasure and joy. She's been a phenomenal employee. I don't know with Dave's influence how that happened, but I'm sure. Just making sure you're paying attention, Dave. Yeah. But I do want to say that she's been a great addition, and this is probably just one of many roles that Kristen will be promoted into and moved on for here at the town as she serves her career, hopefully for a very, very long time with the town of Glenville. So I want to say congratulations and thank you for all you've done in your time here. Anyone else have any comments?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Jablonski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Brown?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Congratulations. Next, resolution 14, appointing Kim Palmerino to the position of deputy town clerk. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. So related to this just previous resolution, it created a vacancy in the clerk's office, and we advertised the position, and the clerk and I had the opportunity to interview multiple candidates for the vacancy, and we had recommended that Kim Palmerino was the best choice for this position, and this would appoint Kim into that position at $46,946. And this will be effective, it doesn't have an effective date, does it?
April 10th.
April 10th, okay. Any questions or comments? I also like to, Kim's not here tonight, but we also like to congratulate Kim for her position. Anything else? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Jablonski?
Yes.
Councilwoman Gonzalez Brown?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Also, a lot going on here in the town again. We had a retirement in the building and codes department. So I have a resolution here, number 15, appointing a new person into the position of code enforcement officer. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor, this is a resolution that appoints Justin Masika. Nobody's name.
Maseka, right?
Masika?
Close enough. Somewhere in between.
Try. Nobody's name Smith anymore.
That's right.
Yes, to the position of code enforcement officer, pending approval by the Civil Service Commission and tax and tax that year. Right?
No, he's already, yeah,
Oh, lateral transfer, oh, okay.
from
Then,
Schenectady.
okay, then without that last one. Good, all the better.
Any other questions or comments?
Not a one.
I just want to say again, congratulations, Justin. I was had the opportunity to be on that interview team as well, and very impressed with your experience and your qualifications, and what you've done in Schenectady. And some people think we're a quieter town, maybe sometimes than others, but I'm just telling you right now, you're going to be busy. There's a lot going on in the town, and we have a smaller staff, but we all work well together. And I think you're gonna enjoy it here. So congratulations.
Congratulations and welcome.
Any other comments or questions?
Just one thing, the person that, this is filling
Yes.
for Arnie, retired. I can remember when we hired Arnie, and he was, a great, building inspector and code enforcement officer. I have great appreciation for the role that position plays in the local government here. And, he did it wonderfully, and I just want to, take this opportunity to thank him for his service and wish him all the best in his time.
Thank you, Jim. I concur. Arnie was a great employee, did a phenomenal job, had a great way with folks, and just worked well with the public and the staff as well. So thank you.
Take a certain person to do that.
But now that we're on the topic of Arnie, Justin, how's your golf game? Good. All right, well, I'm sure
You're
Arnie,
in.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Gutherson?
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez Rose?
Yes.
Supervisor Kessler?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 16 is being pulled. We'll move on to resolution 17, approving the minutes for the regular town board meeting on March 15th, 2023. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
I have a second.
I'll second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
It's as noted, Mr. Supervisor, and I would thank Ms. Davenport for putting those together for us.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Gutherson?
Yes.
Councilman Gonzalez Rose?
Yes.
Supervisor Kessler?
Yes, resolution passes. On to the last item on the agenda, 18, new business. I'll start on my left with Councilman Galuski.
Just to echo Councilman Martin's sentiments, wishing everyone a happy Holy Week, happy Easter, happy Passover, however you choose to celebrate. But hope everyone enjoys some time with their family. And that's all.
Thank you. Councilwoman Gonzalez Barone.
Yeah, I did have one item. As a Scotia resident, one of the things that I notice in Scotia, that in now my role in Glenville, where I'm looking more in the town, is we have a lot of CDTA bus shelters in the village, and that's something that I've noticed was kind of absent in the town, and I was really surprised by that, because a lot of our initiatives tend to be about increasing walkability, encouraging public transportation, and I think that would lend to fuel efficiencies and energy efficiencies if we can incentivize in some way keeping bus goers safe and protected from the elements. So I just wanted to put that suggestion out there.
So you're suggesting that the town incorporates bus shelters?
Yeah.
We can look, oh, Tony's not here. I need a Tony here for this. But I guess we could look at a complete streets component for, which we've gotten a lot of money for on Freeman's Bridge Road. Nothing really here in town center for that, but I can arrange, I can reach out to CDTA, because I think they're the ones,
Be the one. And
they would pay for it, right?
And the transportation council too.
CDTC?
Yep.
CDTA would pay
Yeah,
for
no,
it,
they pay for it. Actually, they're responsible for the ones you see, but
so they'll maintain it.
yeah.
Oh,
So
geez,
it is worthwhile to reach out to them, though.
because they don't maintain them now.
And they-
That'd be worth it just to maintain something. I can put a call in and report that. And,
Well, squeaky wheel thing.
yeah. Anything else?
That's all.
Thank you. Councilman Martin.
Just a couple things. I want to applaud you for your efforts on the water negotiation with the village. From my standpoint, they certainly seem like reasonable proposals. And, I'm very much interested in negotiating and working something out. And on the other hand, as one member of this board, I'm certainly prepared, to go our own way if we need to. So, I hope it doesn't come to that, obviously. We certainly want to work with the village, but, on the other hand, these are fair offers that are being made, and I hope that they can, do consideration. And lastly, I continue to shake my head over New York State. I don't know if read the proposals that are included in the budget, you know, why it is, it escapes me, but this proposal to electrify every new building in New York State by 2028. And again, on the other side of the mouth, we're talking about affordable housing. I ran housing rehab programs for years. The most expensive form of energy and highly inefficient to make is electric heat. Why would we want to electrify our buildings? For heat. And for that matter, you know, cooking electric. I just don't understand it. And therefore, I would like to ask the board if we could give consideration to a resolution that we could pass and make an appeal to our neighboring towns. Put back again, this is going to be a government of the people. I don't know of one person who supports that. But we could have a resolution and pass that resolution, hopefully get passed by our neighboring towns. If they don't, I'm happy to go on alone. And pass that on to our dear state senator, who's a senior person in the Senate, as much as I never hear from him, but, and our assembly person, and just see if, you know, we can get some, from the grassroots up, voice to the government that we don't want this. It's absolute insanity.
And
Every building, by 2025, I understand it's buildings of a certain smaller size, and by 2028, all buildings.
And just to put a fine point on it here locally, just to kind of think about this in terms of the electric grid right now, the town of Glenville is only one of many customers who are on a demand response program during peak hours. So we get a call from National Grid in the summertime when it gets too hot, and they say, we don't have enough electricity to meet demand. You need to go off. Your water tanks need to go off. We have to go on to, get this is how great this is. We have to go on to a gas generator to run our pumps because we can't get electricity. And we're only one small, tiny little customer of this. So already we don't have enough juice, enough in the distribution system to take care of a small town of Glenville. And now we're adding more buildings, more and more and more. Additionally, Jeff and I, we can attest to this, Adirondack Beverage is expanding their line. In order for that job expansion to happen, grid cannot provide them enough electricity through the grid to make that happen. So they're going to be before us to build, they have to build their own substation, electric plant, basically, in the business and technology park in order to support growth in that business just to run their new lines of soda production. Because grid can't do that. So we're seeing everywhere that grid, the utilities cannot keep up with electric demand, but yet we keep putting more and more and more in demand.
And the most, the highest demand rests with creating heat from electricity. That takes a ton of electricity. And just another anecdote, another little inside piece of information. I have a friend who works for National Grid. And the public utilities in New York State got a directive a few months ago saying that there's be no more net new natural gas imported into the state.
Oh, that should help.
Yeah, that is, but then, several weeks later, they also got a request from the state to provide more natural gas service to the wind turbine facility that's making wind turbines in Albany because they need natural gas to make the wind turbine. And on that note, that project is almost 3 times over budget. It was forecast at 300 million, it's now 700 million, and it's due for a June 1st drop dead date. It's relying upon the state entering into more contracts to buy turbines, or otherwise the provider will not be able to meet that cost increase, and the whole thing, the plug may be pulled on the whole thing.
I think this is your state Senate campaign kickoff here, Jim.
It's,
Thank you, Councilman.
well, I'm curious about that resolution. If
Yes,
we could have
yes.
one formulated for next time,
Absolutely.
I would like that, and pass it on to other towns, and certainly pass it on to our dear state senator, our senator.
Thank you. Councilman Ramatar.
My new business is never as exciting as Councilman Martin's.
Figure I'm in my last month, I might as well get it all.
But I do want to, I have spoke to a couple of residents, just want to remind everyone of the annual event that we're able to have every year of the electronic recycling, April 29th here at Town Hall. Drop your electronic equipment, VCRs, etc. Just check the town website for more details, but I'm glad we're able to continue to have that every year.
Yeah, that's helpful. And on that note, my only new business is we are going out to bid on a new bulk pickup program for 2023. It's a drop-off program here at the town of Glenville, here at Town Hall. We hope to have those bids back, I think, next week. And if they're at least reasonable, we'll have some semblance of a bulk drop-off program as opposed to a pickup program this year, but at least it's something. I think we can work on some of the complexities. If there's a senior who can't get something here, or there's someone who doesn't have a truck, we'll have to just kind of work on that. We did do this back in 2008. Sid, I think, remembers that. What's that? Opening on 12, so we'll know more then. But it worked well last time, and so the program is at least out there to continue. So that's all I have. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll move
Do I have
that.
a second?
Second.
Moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We're adjourned.